So I moved here with my family in '72 as part of White Flight when they started busing in Nashville. And then Scott and I moved out to Antioch for about 5 years and then moved back after Lauren was born because all the free babysitters were here.
7 years.
Okay.
The heart of Bellevue. I think of Bellevue Central as like Old Hickory and Highway 70. Yeah, I mean, that's like Bellevue. It's like Bellevue, and then the community spans out from there. So
I would say the heart of Bellevue is near the Red Caboose Park.
I believe it's the park, the Red Caboose Park.
Okay.
oh, it's very livable. You've got most everything that you need right here in Bellevue, and it's has a community feel. So.
I think it's very livable. I think it's very nice and comfortable and very easy place to live.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
I like the fact that it's not too crazy populated now, but it's where it seems Nashville's kind of coming this way. It's growing this way anyway.
Okay.
My wife and I are looking to buy a house soon. And we're actually, Bellevue is kind of the area. We're not looking to buy anywhere else. It's for a couple of reasons. We were talking about traffic just before.
Yeah.
I don't find that there's that much traffic here yet. There's a lot of ways to get around the traffic as well. There's kind of like two different ways to get on the highway here. To get on 40, you can get here right from 70, or you can go down Old Hickory and take it from there. We're close to Nashville West, so we're close to shopping, which is when I first moved here and I discovered that there was a Target and a Walmart, etc. That was just cool, because that was kind of a bonus for me, because I didn't know that was a thing that was going to be so close. And then if you travel about 5 or 10 minutes west of here, you're kind of alone. You're in the sticks. You got 9 Mile Hill, which is 70. They call that. From the bottom of that hill, it's 9 miles into downtown. So that doesn't take very long to get downtown. It depends on which way I go.
Okay.
If I take the highway, it depends on the time of day too. Middle of the day and towards rush hour, I'm not going to take West End Avenue or take 70 to try to go downtown. I'll try to take the highway. Even though it might be a little congested, it's still going to move a little quicker. No traffic lights, etc.
Here.
Bellevue's a small town. It's got a small town feel in a community where everybody knows everybody. I would say most people that have grown up and lived in Bellevue stayed in Bellevue. And that'd be your biggest reason. What's up, buddy? That'd be your biggest reason.
Okay.
It's small enough that you don't feel like you're lost in the crowd and lost in the number. Anytime you're out in the community, you feel you encounter friends that family if you've got family in the area. It's just it feels like a small town in a way. So it's easy to get around.
I like the Bellevue Library the most.
I like that it's small. It's easy to get to places. It's not too spread out and congested. Not a ton of traffic.
Okay.
I like that it feels like a small town. The tight-knitness of the community.
What I like most about Bellevue is that it's really a small, tight-knit community. So basically, if you live in Bellevue, you pretty much know everybody. Anytime you go someplace, you're going to see somebody that you know.
What I like most about it is the fact that everybody here is so friendly, down to earth. You get people that come in from obviously the Bellmead, Green Hill side, and then you also get people that come in from Harpeth and Kingston Springs and Dixon County. you get a mixture. I like it. It's a variety of people here in Bellevue.
How early everything closes. I mean, our restaurants close at like 9:30. People get hungry at like 10, so yeah,
Okay.
things staying open later.
Yeah.
Something that I would change about Bellevue is that I guess some of the shopping areas and restaurants are getting kind of older, so just more renovations and adding newer and more popular restaurants, I guess.
I do wish that there was more shopping. We just, if you want to do any shopping, you have to, drive into Cool Springs or Green Hills, or elsewhere to do any significant shopping. But other than that, it's got pretty much everything you need. You can stay within the confines if you so choose.
And what I would change about Bellevue, people, if this is going anywhere, do something with the mall that's abandoned over there.
Yeah.
It's just it's not an eyesore. It doesn't, what breaks my heart every time I pass it is that could be a thriving mall. That could be something that gives jobs to people, that gives people places to go, things to do. It can only be good for the economy, especially with how many people are moving to this area. So I hope somebody important sees that, decides that they're going to do something over there.
I guess in Bellevue, the majority of the schools are Metro Public Schools, so there's like Hillwood High School and Bellevue Middle, and then there's a few more like, I guess expensive private Christian schools, and I guess the majority of people that I know go to Hillwood or Bellevue Middle just because that's their zone school. I don't really think there's that many people in Bellevue that necessarily opt to go for private Christian education. I think some of the more people that you see going towards the private schools are the people that live more in like Belmead and Forest Hills and areas like that.
I think Bellevue's done a really good job. The public schools that Bellevue feeds have a good reputation. Harpeth Valley Elementary is, it's one of the top elementary schools in the city. Bellevue Middle has had its ups and its downs, but Hannah, having just gone through it, it was okay, and she's at Hillwood, and so far Hillwood's been fine. And then we have several private schools if you choose to go that route. So.
I would say that Bellevue really isn't that diverse. The majority of the population is just really just white, upper middle class families. So there really isn't that much diversity.
Mass transportation, there's not enough of it, and it doesn't mean that I think that there's something that Nashville will do about that. I know they were trying to do AMP, like the AMP thing, which, as I understand it, is going to be adding buses or a bus lane to, I guess it would be 70 going into West End, which I think is a good idea. There's a lot of people that are against it. I see a lot of stop AMP signs. I think that they think it's going to really mess up transportation or make a lot more congestion. I doubt that'll happen eventually if they get it right. Do I think it's going to happen? It probably will happen. There should be more. The buses should run more. I think more people would take them if they were available more. Like I said, I've taken the buses here, and it's convenient, but I'm from a city where mass transportation, it's all about mass transportation. Either you're taking a bus or you're taking a train. Or I guess you could take a cab, but I wouldn't. Just too expensive. It's not worth it. It's $1.70 to get on a bus here. You can go anywhere you want for $1.70. That makes a lot of sense. You don't have to pay for parking, etc. In New York and other cities that have trains, the trains are excellent. If you miss your train, you got 8 to 10 minutes to wait to take another train to get to where you need to go. So it's super convenient. There's not that much traffic. There's not that many people, believe it or not, living here. But this is a growing city, and there's going to be. In the next 5 years, I bet you the population of Nashville will close to double. You can come back and talk to me about traffic then. I bet you I'll have more to say about it.
Okay.
All right.
Overall, I feel safe in Bellevue. There have been a few little crimes lately, but it seems like the police department is doing their job to keep them under control and try to do away with it, so it's pretty safe.
Very much so. I will take off walking with the dog at night, and I don't even think about it. So I've never felt unsafe.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel safe in Bellevue. I have no reason not to feel safe. Bellevue, from what and like I was saying, how it's an area that I'm interested in buying a house in. That has a lot to do with it. Is the safety here. I find that there's more young people, younger families, as well as people who have been living here for a while. But I don't expect the crime rate to really increase dramatically in the next couple of years. Eventually, I'm sure it will. Like I said, it's my impression that Nashville's growing westward, coming out this way. But there's still a lot of, there's still a lot of open areas here and spaces to be filled. Again, in 5 years, we might be having a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
The area just down in Charlotte, around Nashville West, is getting a little bit better. When I first moved to town, that area was, okay. Anywhere you have people, there's going to be crime. But I think that the overall amount of people feeling secure and people feeling safe is another reason why I think Bellevue is going to get so populated.
It has increased a lot since I moved here. When we moved to Bellevue when I was a child, Highway 70 was 2 lanes and there wasn't hardly anything. Now, if you go out into Bellevue Central, even in the middle of the day, it's there's cars everywhere, but it's still not congested. It's traffic still flows. There's just clearly a larger population than there used to be. So
there really isn't that much traffic in Bellevue. You can really get from point A to point B super quick. And if there is traffic, if there's like a wreck or something like that, you can usually just take back roads that'll get you to where you need to go pretty quickly.
it is mostly middle class. There is not a lot of diversity. There is some, but not a lot. That's the one piece that it would be nice to see a little bit more diversity in the area. But that will come with time. It's just one of those things that it has to happen.